Good morning, everybody. I just need to pick my spinach because I just blanch it and freeze it in little cubes so I can put it into meals. And then I was going to take you guys for a walk around and show you everything. We have been doing little bits and pieces between the weather. Plus helping my daughter get herself sorted out because she's moving cities, so that always takes a little bit. We have her little puppy here with us at the minute. He stayed here before, so he's quite happy just to continue on with what he's doing. So I'll get back to you in a minute once I finish picking all this, and we'll go for a little walk around. Okay, that's all done for now. We might as well start off with these gardens. Nothing much has changed here. I am going to start working on this particular one and get the mounds all sorted out and for the potatoes. Still a bit early for me to put them in the ground because my ground is too wet. You can probably grow them here if you've got drier soil at this time of the year. So I just put that there so I remember to pick it up. But my soil is still really damp because I'm still working on it. And the peas are pretty much done. I've got a few good, a good amount of seeds off them, except for that lot. That's just going. So I'm just leaving them. So they're just about done. Strangely enough, I am actually picking strawberries. They do not have much flavour in them at all at the minute, of course, because they need the heat from the sun. Excuse me. The cauliflowers are doing really well. Finally starting to get some little heads in them. That's on my list today. I need to give them a feed. So I've got some liquid feed that I make in that barrel there and water it down. And it seems to have done them a world of good because I've been doing it for the last, I don't know, about a month, I think, every couple of weeks, or I'm trying to get it to I'm doing it about a week and a half. But yeah, so they have definitely put on the growth since then. We had a little yellow digger on the farm, so we came. The ground is very wet. Look, it's left marks. So we dug another burn hole. Fire pit type. Well, not really fire pit. It's our rubbish burn hole. The other one's underneath that now. So it's kind of changed the dynamic of this bit. This garden here is on my list because I already pruned these Hebes, and I did question whether, so I was going to put some down underneath those trees over there, and I was trying to decide whether they like the shade. Realized these guys sit in the shade 90% of the time, and they have just taken off, so I'm going to have to trim those back again. And these guys are, I forget what they're called. I think Ostomeria. I think I've got that right. But I don't want them overtaking along here. And there's just so many rhizomes in there that I need to pull them out. So I need to pluck all those guys out and just sort of dig just there so we can see these plants. These are the, what are they called? Nope, it's gone. I had it like a second ago. But anyway, this garden's on my list to get in there and just thin them out a bit. It's fantastic. You don't get any weeds. But yeah, my other granny bonnets, which are technically there, are not getting much light. I think there's one. Yeah, so there's one there that manages. So yeah, this garden's on my list just to thin it out and let some more airflow in and everything. I mowed the lawns yesterday, just up the top here because it was getting a bit thick. It's growing slower at this time of year because it is quite cold, but yeah. And I'm going to try and grow some rhubarb from seed. So that'll be interesting. So I'm just waiting for them. Apparently I've got to wait for the seeds to dry out on the plant. So I'm thinking I probably need to get some mesh bag or something, because I'm worried that if they do dry out and I miss them, they're going to fall down and I'm going to miss the opportunity to get some. So I need to get those. Noisy neighbour with his chainsaw. This garden hasn't changed any. I need to get in and do all of my roses as my next one as well. And tidy it up. This area I have done some more weeding on, which is great. Get in there. Didn't have the heart to pull out that because, you know, they just self-seed everywhere. Well, the barrel is right there, so obviously the seed blew over there. But I worked it out and it's not going to be in the way of the edging there, so that's going to be good. So when I mowed the lawns, get that all covered up and keep the weeds down until spring comes so I can plant it up. And then so I've just got this end bit here to do. I'll come around this end, there we go. And yes, I'm pulling out the swan plants because they grow so well here, they can become a bit of a weed, and quite an invasive weed. So I'm going to pull those guys out. We still have the big swan plants over there, so they'll do, and I'm sure we've got some self-seeded elsewhere as well. Oh, it's starting to spit on me, so we'll just quickly do a roundup. I'll go over here. We've been having quite damp weather because winter and all. Put those up there. So I have moved the asparagus, so I've got 3 there. The soil did not drop hardly at all. If you can have a look behind the onions there, just a small amount. So that was good. I was happy with that. So I put in half a bag of veggie mix on there and half a bag down there and sowed them in that. They had fantastically big crowns, so I'm looking forward to that next year. I grew these guys from seed, so hopefully I'll actually get to eat some next year. Oh, sorry, in spring. So yep, planted out asparagus at either end. The middle, I will just keep swapping up whatever I'm growing there. These onions on this side were actually, I don't know if you remember, but I planted some really little ones because they were shooting, and they have actually bulbed up. So if you have some really tiny onions and you don't know what to do with them, let them sprout and grow, and they are growing nice big bulbs on them. I thought, well, if they didn't bulb, then they might give me some seed, but they are bulbing up. So in the container that I had the asparagus, I topped it all up and put some more soil in there, and I've got carrots and some more parsnips in there, which I'll check. I think it's only been a week, so I'll check on them later. The plants on there, those are belladonna lilies. They're only on there just to hold the cover. So yeah, we've been eating the cabbage. I just get one in and we make a coleslaw out of it. And yeah, so they're just conehead cabbages. So they're not very big because only me and my husband eat cabbage, so I didn't need a big cabbage. Silver beet's doing well. I actually had some in the fridge for ages, and I had cut it all up and given it a wash and put it into a container, and it had kept nice for ages, so that was fantastic that we got to have that. The camellia is flowering away. Of course, being white, you end up with that brown damage on it, don't you? But otherwise, she's pretty little flower until she goes brown. And then this is the daisy, which, like I said, I'll take cuttings off that one. But you see, these Hebes are most of the time in the direct sun, and they do not grow quite as enthusiastically as the ones that are underneath partial shade. So that's a good thought to remember, actually. And I will pop in a little video here of the compost and how, well, not so much how we gathered this, but how we gathered that, which, if I turn carefully around, I'll show you. So there's a pile there, and so I'll put that video in here. Right, and so yeah, that is our compost. Working on it. This stuff came out of the calf sheds over at the boss's place, so it has already started to mulch down. So you can sort of see. She does it every year where she has her own compost because she's also a gardener. So she has her pile that she has every second year they do the calf sheds, but her piles just come down to this beautifully crumbly soil that she puts onto her garden. And because I like using the silage, I went ahead and got heaps of it, because what I might do as well is when I've sorted out the potato patch, I might stick some silage between the rows because it's definitely helped last year keeping down the weeds. But yeah, because that'll take a very long time to break down anyway. I do have to go and get some more. All right, I think that's about all really. Haven't done much else. Like I said, I've been quite busy with family and everything. So yeah, that's about all I've got to catch up with you. And of course all the lemons. But they are done and dusted now, which is fantastic. So yep. Thank you very much everybody for watching. Just a quick walk around and an update of what I've been doing in between everything else. You're all awesome. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.